Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sunaina, and I'm doing the last reading for the sign of Aquarius with regards to your energy, Sun, Moon, Rising. Aquarius for the month of July 2019, guys. And look what you have, Aquarius, in your higher self for the month of July 2019 is this beautiful action card which says leap. Okay, I have to show you this card. It says leap. So this is an action card and it says you go first. That's what your divine is telling you. And the universe will catch up with you guys. Okay, so this is a beautiful action card you have got for yourself in the month of July 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, guys. Now, this card in totality, I think this is the second time I'm getting for this month with regards to this card. I cannot remember where I have had this card in one of the other readings, but yeah, definitely this is the second time it's coming out for the Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising in the month of July. Now, with this card, it says, life is calling for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, to be courageous now. Because the universe wants to support you, and that's why they are asking you to take that leap of faith, and they will catch up with you. But first, you need to throw your life up in the air. And that's what you guys are, the air sign, and you can do that. Okay, now perhaps you know what you are being called to leap forward. Situations may be different for different people. So either you take the leap forward or you take a leap away from all the tower moments that you have had or you had preserved in yourself. But the thing is that you are scared to make that move. Or perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or an instruction manual or permission to do first. Now you have to remember, if you see this card, this is your permission from the universe that's coming for you to take this deep breath and leap into the unknown at this point in the month of July. Now, it's scary for sure. It's scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new for our lives. And it's very normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure, but this is an unavoidable process of rising, Aquarius, in the month of July. That's what the universe is calling you for. It's letting you know it's time for you to take that leap of faith. And right now, this is how you are being called to live, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Now, nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. If you look at nature, you will see how the leaves wither, they fall, they bloom back again. So that's exactly what the universe is asking you to do, is to take your permission and observe nature in reality to see how you have to also change along with the season. Because fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip that, they had been holding on for a long time, to allow what once was full of life to fall away. When each leaf withers and dies and the branches, they become bare, it feels like nothing will grow again. But the branches, they are left bare without any comfort, without any cover. What they already had once, now they are just kind of naked. But in the morning of the springtime, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. And that's what universe is calling you to observe, to learn your lesson, to take that learning lesson from the universe, from the nature, to take that permission, to take that leap of faith, and to wherewards, and upwards. It's towards the sun, guys. Okay, your major arcana for this reading is the sun. So if you leap from where you are at this point, Aquarius. You are leaping towards the sun, which is your happiness, your zone of happiness. That's where your positivity lies. That's where um, your fulfillment lies, your bliss, your comfort, your luxury, everything that's there preserved in the sun. And if you do this, if you take the leap and go towards the sun, what is coming in your zone is the beautiful card of independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success, guys. So look at these three cards in here. Beautiful, beautiful cards for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. You have to take this permission. You have to build that courage. You have to take that leap of faith. And like I said, situations are different for different people. But whatever it is, you know what you are being called to take that leap towards. But the moment you take that leap, all you are doing is pushing yourself up towards the sunlight, towards the sun. And that's when you will start feeling that glow of happiness, that glow of life, that glow of being, comfortable, of living happily, of being a happy person. And that is happening because of you being able to bring back your independence, being, independent, being not dependent on anything or anybody for any kind of resource, whether it's money, whether it's happiness, whether it's love, whether it's emotional, psychological, whatever. But that leap towards the sun is your first sign of your independence. You being born again, you being transformed to build that foundation of your strength and success. But to do this, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, you will need your courage in the month of July 2019. You will definitely have to call for that courageous act. That is your challenge, guys. Because when things come to you, yes, they come to you. But universe doesn't give it to you without a challenge. It's up to you how you can rise above that challenge, to take that sun, to take that leap, and to bring back your independence. Your challenge in here is your courage. At this point in time, in the month of July 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising. Now, in your overall self energy, guys, in this period in time, you have three cards. You have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. You have the Six of Swords in the reverse. And you have the the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So you have the fire, the air, and the earth sign, but they are all in the reverse for you, Aquarius. Now, what it means is that with the three cards in here, ladies and gentlemen, you know that you had been in a place of discomfort with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, guys, okay? You have been living beyond your means. You have been spending money recklessly. You haven't saved enough for the rainy day. And you have been giving false hopes or false stories to people about your own comfort zone, So you have been doing all that, and you know that in yourself. So what it is at this point in time, you're trying to clear that emotional baggage. You're not moving away because you know you have done that mistake. If it's a mistake, it might not be an intentional one, guys. But it's just the way life works. Sometimes we do things without meaning to do it, but our energies are such forceful that at times we end up doing certain things that afterwards we know that we haven't done it right, guys. And that is exactly your point in here, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, because now you are trying to clear that emotional baggage, or you're trying to bring back the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position by staying put in the place, by not moving, not reacting, not taking any action towards anything at this point, but you have kind of slowed down your own speed. at this moment in the month of July, Aquarius, because you want to rectify that mistake. You want to build yourself back in the right way. You want to take things in the right direction. So, with all the stuff in the Nine of Pentacles, that gives you a complete picture of what are the things that you have not done right. Because somewhere, you have had the reckless spending spree kind of a thing, or you have been trying to live beyond your means with false success story, false hopes from people that everything will be okay. But now you know that, there is nobody who is supporting you. You are alone at this point in time. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, in whatever situation you are standing alone. You want to bring back your independence. You want to bring back your sun, but you have to get courage in order to rectify this wrong move, if that is what you have done. And that is where you're staying put. And there is a slowdown in yourself at this point in time. You are not going forward. You're not going backward. You are not moving in any direction at this moment, because you know that you have to redo and rebuild yourself in the right direction. Let's take a clarifier for the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And look what you have, guys. You have three cards in here. You have the Four of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords, and then you have the Emperor, the Aries energy, the fire. Okay, so what it is at this point, the reason you're not moving backward, forward, you're not going anywhere at this point, is because you're trying to rest, you're trying to contemplate, you're trying to rebuild on your energy, on your courage, on your determination, on the stuff that has gone wrong previously. You're trying to forgive those mistakes that you might have made or somebody else might have made. But whatever the story is, you are going down deep within yourself to understand how to correct that mistake that is already sitting in your zone in the month of July 2019. And at the same time, you're trying to find ways to move from the situation of this happening here, guys. Okay, with the Seven of Swords, it could be a little bit deceptive energy, but at times, like I've always said, when you have to do a certain thing for which it needs courage, but you know that even with courage alone, you won't be able to complete that task. So in that portion of your life, you need to use this energy to find your right place of belongingness. And how you are doing it is by picking up the stuff that you have, you already have, okay, and leaving the rest of it behind to walk away from a situation that have been troublesome or has been giving you trouble for a long time. And that's the reason you're trying in yourself, you're trying to clear that garbage, that emotional garbage or the baggage, to kind of find a way to walk away from that situation that has been putting or keeping you on hold for quite some time. And the way that you will be rectifying this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is by your Aries energy of the Emperor, guys. You're going to be taking control of the situation in yourself. You will be setting over the rules, the principles, the doctrines, whatever that you had not been following in the past. You will bring it all back, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, to set up the laws in the right place, because you are the Emperor. It's a very good energy vis-a-vis the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which means to tell you that you are clearing everything in the right way, because you have taken control of that lack of comfort, of that reckless spending, of that living beyond means, of the false success story, of everything that you had been previously doing Either it was for yourself, or it was perhaps for somebody else that you wanted to please and make them happy, guys. But now you will be stopping that. You will be putting an end, you will be bringing back a structure in your life where laws and disciplines will be your fundamental policy and principle, to know how much you earn, how much you spend, how you live without any false hopes of success, cutting your cloth according to your means, taking care of yourself, taking care of the people who are living with you in the right way. Nothing beyond that, in the right way. It's a very controlled energy, and this is an energy of somebody who is an older person, okay, a father figure. It's like how you discipline a child. This is the time, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, you are disciplining yourself in the month of July 2019, because you want to bring back your right attitude towards life. You want to go forward towards your success story. You want to become independent. You want to take everything in the right way to build yourself in the right direction, guys. So it's a very, very nice energy that you are getting into for sure. Now, what you are leaving behind in here, guys, is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? Which is telling me that you are leaving behind stuff that you knew that you did not have, and yet you were doing commitment, or you were committing, or you were making commitments to bring that happiness back. So you're leaving behind that lack of commitment that you had, because now if you are the Emperor, you will be committing to only that portion of your commitment factor, whatever that you think you can fulfill. Other than that, your greediness, your laziness, stuff like that, that was blocking your independence, that was blocking your success story, is what you are leaving behind. To hear your intuition from deep within yourself, you're inviting the High Priestess in yourself to know the truth, to understand and hear your inner voice, to learn from your past mistakes, to understand how you should pick yourself up towards your work, towards your commitment, towards your greediness, how and what are the things that you need to let go in order for you to move forward in the right direction with the help of this beautiful High Priestess in here, where you will be able to understand and hear your inner voice and know what are the things that you had done wrong in order for you to go through so much of trouble to correct them in the month of July 2019, guys, okay? Let's take a clarifier for the Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the High Priestess in the upright. You have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, guys, which is what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind the dependency factor. You're leaving behind your insecurities that you had picked up, or your kind of attitude towards being a martyr, towards sacrificing things that you know you had been doing to make somebody else happy. Okay, so your inner voice is calling out for you at this moment in the month of July 2019 to get rid of that dependency factor, to become an independent person, to go towards the sun. For that, you have to take that leap. You have to move. And that is the reason you are letting go of that insecurity, of that portion of your life where you were holding on to something or somebody or some situation, which was, you knew you were being a martyr. You were being sacrificed to work for others because you were insecure. You had a security issue, So, and in that process, you were also dependent on that situation or on that person, whoever it is in your life, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. And you thought that, that person, if you look after them or that situation, you will be able to feel secured, you will be able to feel happy, you will be able to bring the sun back into your life. But in the month of July, you have realized that's not how life works. Your life should work in a different way, because the axis of the wheel of the universe is turning you towards a different direction, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. And that's where you are putting an end to the dependency, to the martyrdom, to your insecurities, because you have realized from deep within your soul, you have got the two high priestess. She, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, whatever she is, in whichever shape she comes back to you, she is also a high priestess. And your intuitive self, Aquarius, is so high and so powerful in the month of July 2019 that you can hear everything, you can see everything, you can understand the difference between the forces of nature and the forces of civilization, between your conscious self, your intuitive self, your subconscious self, and your inner voice. Everything is getting back into the circle for you to understand what is it that I need to let go in order for me to carry myself forward in this journey of life, guys. And what you are continuing to do is your death card in here. You're continuing to put an end to situations, end to circumstances, end to troubles within yourself and in your external forces too, internal, external. You're calling it a death. Whatever that hasn't worked for you will no longer work for you. You're putting an end to that situation, and the reason you are doing that is the star card in the reverse. That's you yourself, Aquarius. You're bringing yourself back, guys. Okay, by putting a dead situation, you want to come back to life. You want to heal. You want to get rid of all the bad energies, the toxicity, the negativity, all the trauma, the pain, the martyrdom, the dependency, the insecurities. You want to heal from all that by calling a dead situation on certain issues or on certain people in your life, guys. That's what you're continuing to do to build yourself up, because you are Aquarius here by yourself, guys, okay, with the star card in here. So you are definitely doing a lot of work, Aquarius, in the month of July 2019. I'll ask for a clarifier for the death card and the star in the reverse, because it's the time, guys, you have realized that you had a lot of potential in yourself, but you probably have never heard your intuition before to have realized how you can actually work with your potentials in the right direction. And look here, the reason you are doing that is because, again, the Fool in the reverse, you don't want to repeat that same mistake of your past. You don't want to go back to being the same person that you had been, with all dependency, with all martyrdom, pleasing people, working for people, looking after people, but forgetting about oneself. So that is the reason you don't want to repeat that mistake. And at the same point in time, you are doing this because you don't want to be left out in the cold with all this overspending, recklessness, false stories of success that you have realized is not giving you any result at the end of the day, guys. Again, Queen of Pentacle in the reverse, Queen of Pentacle in the reverse, a Duke card in here. So today in the month of July, you have woken up to the fact that if you don't correct the situation here to heal the past, to heal this wrongdoing, you will be again going back to the same situation that you had been in the previous times. So you are making that movement, Aquarius. You're going forward. You don't want to repeat that because you have learned your lessons. You have learned your lesson of being left out in the cold because you do not have that right anymore to give and take, to share, because you have been living on a false story of success for yourself. So if you yourself have not done the right thing, how can you expect to give and take in this relationship or in any other circumstance? It's a work situation, it could be a love situation, it could be a money situation, it could be psychological, emotional, anything, any way that resonates for you guys. But now you are correcting all this because you want to heal, and you want to put a death to all the falsities of your life that you had been holding up, or building stories or fantasizing about things that you knew were not the right thing to do, but yet you had continued doing that in your life. So you are correcting them in the month of July 2019, guys. Good job, Aquarius. And what is entering your zone is the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands, guys. Okay, so what is entering your zone is, of course, you are overwhelmed with the turn of event in your life, because now you open up your doors and you're like, okay, where am I standing? What am I doing? And you're very tired at the same time. You are ready to give up. Your self-confidence has been destroyed completely. You're not finding the right footing, and yet you are being resilient. You are holding on with your grit and determination, giving it a last shot to correct and rectify issues, but which at the same time is causing you pain and trouble and nightmares and trauma, sleepless nights and everything at this point in time in the month of July 2019, because your self-confidence in this whole entire game plan in here of what you had thought would happen did not, and on the contrary, you ended up being completely shattered and destroyed, ruined kind of a situation here, which is causing you that pain, guys. But at the same time, you all are not ready to give up. Although that feeling of giving up is there, but you are still holding on. You have been wounded, you have been in the battle, you have been injured, but you have put on your medicine, you have taken your pills, painkillers maybe, and you have bandaged yourself up in all directions. You have put the bandage on and you're ready to go back to this. Okay, you are ready to resolve this issue. So that is the kind of an energy that is coming into you, into your zone in the month of July 2019. You want to fight this battle for yourself now, Aquarius. Okay, let's take a clarifier for what's entering your zone with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands in here. And the nightmare and the trauma is because the Nine of Swords is because, guys, you are trying to decide how to hold on, how to fight this, because the resilience and the grit and the determination is a thing that you are learning to. It's coming to you, but it's coming to you through this pain and trauma. So you are kind of in that situation where you are keeping yourself awake in the night to figure out how you can end the situation and begin the other situation. And then again, as a clarifier, dupe the death card once again, guys. Death card here, death card here. So what you are continuing to do with this trauma, this battle, this at this point, the nightmares, the issues, the worries, you're putting an end to situations that you no longer need in your life, guys. So even in the middle of the night, you are doing your calculation, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. You're doing this calculation because of yourself, because of nothing else but yourself. Because now you have realized it's time for you to take that leap, to go towards the sun, to become independent, to be alone if need be. You don't need another person, okay? If that's what it is, you don't need another person, but you can do it all by yourself, putting an end to other situations, because whoever or whatever had been sitting in your zone for this period in time had been only causing you a lot of pain in terms of taking a hold on your self-will, guys. Okay? Taking a control on your independence, on your positivity, on the stuff that you wanted to do, perhaps, and they were not letting you go forward, whether it's a person or physical circumstances or, emotional attitudes, whatever the situation was, but this is what you're trying to end. Keeping awake in the middle of the night, yes, it's a painful story, but again, sometimes in life, there is no gain without pain, and we all know that. Okay, now look at your grounding energy, guys. Beautiful grounding energy. At this moment, you know you have a lack of direction with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And plus, you are not getting to hear your judgment call in the right direction, but at the same time, you have the Seven of Cups, where you want your will and desires to manifest now in the right direction. And so you are kind of stuck in between hearing your judgment call or getting permission to take that leap of faith, and also the lack of direction, because now you're not getting that courage in your ground energy. You're trying to figure out if you can bring that courage back by choosing the right direction, by choosing the cup that gives you the judgment call, because at the end of the day, the Five of Swords, airy energy, mental energy of being victorious is very much persisting in your ground energy, guys. So it's a little bit sticky energy in the ground right now, because you actually are waiting for that manual or the permission to come to take that leap of faith. But, before that happens, you're trying to sort out your direction, because you do not know in which direction you should be heading to, or whether at all you should be moving in that direction. But your cup is, the cups are there. It's up to you, Aquarius, now in your ground energy to pick up the right cup and walk towards your judgment and to your movement, both together. Because at the same point in time, guys, you have this card with the Five of Swords, where you want to be, because if you see this person, he has a smirk on his face, which is the smirk that comes to you after you have defeated situations or people in your life who you knew were not really for you. And you have managed to end that situation, you have managed to end that conflict, to walk away victorious from something that you knew was not really serving your purpose. So that's the kind of energy, it's the ambition, the unbridled ambition to become victorious by going forward, by taking that leap of faith, by your movement, by your judgment. But you are kind of stuck in between the movement and the judgment. But at the same time, you have this win at all cost, a little bit sneaky, but you want to win this energy over. You want to do this because you want that victory for yourself, Aquarius. Okay? Now, if that means that you have to sneak away or you have to do something a little bit deceptive, you will end up doing that, because at this moment, what matters to you is what you want, guys. It's what you want. Okay, the battle would be, because in your ground energy, you want to win over and end the battle that has been in your zone. So it's kind of you're engaging in a conflict of some nature, or you're in this disagreement with somebody else, which is leading you towards hostility and tension. But despite the fact that you think you have won, you are still kind of losing the bigger picture, because it's like you are fighting over small situations, conflict and tensions, but that's very temporary. But on the contrary, the bigger picture is still not attended to, because you have annoyed or hurt those that you have argued with, and as a result, you are on the road to isolation yourself. So you want to end all that, guys. You want to finish all that story. So you want to be victorious, but at the same time, you want to be victorious in the right way. Okay, going towards the right movement, taking the judgment call. Because at this moment you believe that it is more important for you to be right rather than appreciate and understand where the other side of the party is coming from. So there is a lot of tension in your ground energy, lot of hostility, lot of fight, lot of back and forth, hostile situations. That is kind of, and every time you're winning one of those battles, the little small ones, you are feeling victorious, guys. Okay, so now it's the time, it's the attempt to pick up the pieces, put together to make it a bigger picture, because you still have the chance to act while the conflict is fresh. So you may feel as if everyone and everything is against you, and you might lose some people along the way. And that is the reason you will need to make a significant decision about your own point of view of what you really want in life, guys. Okay? And what is more important to you? Mutual progress or winning? So this might require you to stand up to a conflict that is within yourself and give it a judgment and wait for the judgment call and the movement of your decision and your choice that you will learn to pick up from the Seven of Cups energy that is already sitting in your zone. So whether you want to stay in this conflict situation, whether you want to move out and be victorious forever, to take that leap of faith, to become independent, or you want to continue fighting this battle every day, the choice is up to you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. Guys, I leave it at that. Let me take a clarifier for the ground energy in here. Okay, so the choice is on you, whether you want to hear the judgment call, whether you want to move forward. Please give me a clarifier for the ground energy. Which cup you decide to pick up is up to you guys now, because you have 7 cups. So it's up to you which cup you choose to pick up. Do you choose to pick up the cup that is going to make you move? Do you choose to pick up the cup that's going to give you the judgment call? Or do you choose to pick up the cup that's the 5 of Swords energy? The choice is yours, Aquarius. And as a clarifier, look what I have. There you go. You have to clean and clear yourself in order to rebuild your team. Okay? So the conflict is within you, Aquarius, what you want to do. The universe is giving you all the options in here. So which is the option that you need to pick up? So you have to first clean, detoxify, purify yourself before you can move forward in the right direction to build your teamwork or your group back once again, guys. So the choice is, like I said, the choice is yours, Aquarius. Which is the cup that you want to pick and walk in the right direction? Because universe is giving you all the options. Everything is in your zone. It's up to you guys what decision you take and how you take it. Now your challenge in here is the 6 of Swords and the Page of Swords in the reverse. What did I say? 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So the challenge is your victory, how you want to achieve it. But the way to achieve it is through your mental clarity. Okay, through your purity, through detoxification here. Okay, to clean yourself, to declutter your mental space. And once you do that, you will be able to ride towards your victory. But your challenge in yourself in the month of July 2019, Aquarius, is how you declutter your mental space, guys. That's very important. And stop participating in gossips. Stop listening to people. Stop cross-examining too many things. Stop asking people for their opinions if you are doing that, because you will have to first get a mental clarity. That itself will make you go and proceed towards your victory. Okay, that's your challenge, guys. Let's take a clarifier for these 2 cards in here. The 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords in the reverse. But victory is what you want. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. But again, like I said, your ground energy is where you are. The choice and option is yours. How you declutter, purify yourself with patience to bring back your emotional intelligence. Because if you continue to remain bitter and cold with no emotions in the right area, you will not be able to declutter your mental space, guys. So it's very important for you to have patience. That's going to come to you. That's your challenge, to keep your patience in the right place, because with patience, you will be able to bring back your emotional intelligence that will automatically declutter your mental energy and help you to move forward towards your victory in this month of July 2019. But that's your challenge area, guys. So be very careful. Whenever I see this cards in here with regards to your challenge zone, definitely it's asking you to think twice, maybe thrice, maybe 5 times, 10 times, doesn't matter, but you will have to rethink on your approach in the right direction, because right now the point is, if you move without rethinking with real clarity in yourself, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, you will be stopped again. You will not be able to move. So you will have to rethink on this entire stuff before you can move and leap forward towards the sun. Now, where you find your support is in the Two of Wands. Which road you choose, guys. It's all about your choice this month, Aquarius. Okay, how you're going to plan your movement, how you're going to plan your stuff, how you're going to make your decisions. Okay, how if you want to leave home, if you want to put a debt situation on something, which are the stuff that you need to end and which are the stuff that you need to hold on to. So that calculation, that analytical, mathematical calculation, it's full of strategies, guys, and that's where you need your mind space to be free. Okay, and that's your challenge. But if you can do that in the right direction, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, you will be able to find your way from this problem area. It's all about your choice. Universe is giving you all the options in your zone, but it's up to you which direction you are going to be heading towards now. Right, left, north, south, east, west. The choice is yours, guys. Okay, let's take a clarifier for the Two of Wands energy in here. But you have everything in your zone, Aquarius, so it's up to you. Make the right movement, pick up the right cup, do the right stuff, and walk in the right direction would be my guidance to you. But then ultimately it's up to you to take that. Okay, and here again, see, Page of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, a dupe card in here, guys, okay, which is telling you you need to declutter your mind. Again, for this energy to work in the right direction, you need mental clarity, guys. You don't need people's opinions. What you need is your own opinion here. What you want from life. How you want to see yourself in the next 5 years. Or in the next 7 years of your life. Where you want to be. In which position of your life you want to settle in. That's now up to you, guys. Universe is giving you a chance at this moment in the month of July to work on those areas so that you can correct those areas where you no longer feel that it's important for you to keep holding on, to move in the right direction. But before you do that, guys, please, mental clarity is definitely a must in your zone. Okay, remember that, please. Remember. Now, my spirit's advice to you, Aquarius, is the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, which is saying that you have to get rid of situations or stories or people where you feel that they are halting your progress, where you have the strings attached, because it's making you poor and it's kind of dominating your give and take policies in life. What you want from the universe, what you can give back to the universe. Somebody is making you feel very stingy at this point, or some situation is making you feel very stingy. So you have to reverse that card in the right direction, because, you know, it's like you have been giving, Aquarius. It's been a one-way charity for you for a long time. So if you have loaned someone money, you should not be expecting that money to be paid back to you. Or if you have done somebody a favor, you should not be expecting a favor back in return. So you should be cautious about the people you will be lending money to, especially if you're not financially stable. And you could also have problems with spending and giving away more than you can really afford. So this is a card of caution, guys. Okay. Now the Six of Pentacles in the reverse can also warn you of the debts that you are carrying. So this could mean that you are in over your head, and it is going to come back and be a major problem in the future if you cannot resolve it right now in the month of July 2019. So my advice to you guys would be, you should also be careful of entertaining or entering business areas or endeavors during this time, because you could end up with a huge loss. Instead of getting a return on your investment, this is not the time for you, Aquarius. This is the time for you to do other stuff, okay? Now, there is also, with this card in the reverse, it also means there is selflessness related to giving and being charitable, and that's what it is. You have been giving, but you have got nothing back in return. So this may mean that you are willing to give others in a way that, it is not to benefit them, but you have been doing that because you thought that by giving to others, you will also benefit. But again, you should be cautious about this give and take, because you are not being really charitable. You are just doing that to prove that you are giving to be generous to others. But, remember, the source of generosity should be selfless, not selfish, guys. So that's your kind of a warning to become more stable and grounded with this energy of the Six of Pentacles in the reverse in the month of July 2019. Please give me a clarifier for the Six of Pentacles in the reverse in here, please. Yes, so you have to be extremely careful, Aquarius, of this give and take policy, because if you have been giving and only giving, don't expect it back. But on the other hand, if you have been giving and you have always wanted to give, you have to be generous enough to give in the right direction. And only when you can do the give and take in the right way, that's when you will be able to bring back your divine inspiration to restart fresh on this journey with the Ace of Wands in here, guys. Okay, that's when things are going to move towards you. That's when things are going to come flowing towards you. That's when you will be able to pick yourself up in the right direction to move towards your success story, guys. Now, the outcome is the Emperor. Again, you have the Emperor upright and you have the Emperor in the reverse. It's a double confirmation in here. But in this case, in the Emperor being in the reverse, it's telling me that your heart is kind of moving towards being very rigid, being very tyrannical. You don't want to entertain anything else other than what you feel is right. And there is a certain coldness within your mind, body, and soul, with the Emperor being in the reverse, guys. But in your overall self, Aquarius, it's the Emperor that's coming to me in the upright. But as an outcome, with all the situations here, of course, there is that portion of your life that's like reversed. Being reversed is a sign of abused authoritative power. It's like you're trying to be extremely overly authoritative, okay, or possessive. In career, it could mean that, it's coming from a superior, a person who is superior to you, who is presenting themselves in front of you in this way. Or it could mean that a man in your life wants to take control of your actions and you kind of feel powerless. So it could also mean that you are playing the part of the weak person or the weak ruler. But again, with this card in reverse, it could mean that you're hatching a plan to avoid the tasks that come with having responsibility. You don't want to carry that anymore. So, it's perhaps you aspire for a career that is more flexible than the one that is governed by strict rules with regards to your career situation. But this card in the reverse with the Emperor could also talk about lack of self-control and inability to handle situation that is represented by Emperor on a personal level. But when he is reversed, the structures, the rules, the systems that he creates are no longer working. So what is going on is his desire to inspire higher principles in his kingdom have turned or become ruthless, tyrannical, and rigid. So he is kind of seeking to dominate, forgetting his call from the crown to do what is best for the people, because at this moment he fears only for his loss of control and is thus creating suffering not only within himself but also in situations that he is related with at this moment in the month as an outcome. Let's take a clarifier for the Emperor in the reverse. It's a dupe card, guys, but again, see, and that is the reason the Emperor and the Empress in the reverse, guys. Wow. This is the reason your things will not blossom right away. You need to do certain things still. You have a lot of work to do. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. But you have got the Emperor and the Empress in the reverse. So which is telling me that you still have a lot of work to do before you can actually become independent, and you will be, facing all this trauma, facing all these trouble areas to clear yourself before you can move forward to give birth to this entire story. But at the same point in time, in the month of July, it's happening, it's starting to roll. So don't get overwhelmed by these two beautiful cards in here in reverse. It's just kind of a situation in the month of July right now, but just go forward in the right direction, because universe is challenging you at this moment, Aquarius, to pick up the right direction, to declutter yourself, to be generous enough in the right way, to begin that journey. So you have a lot of challenges, guys. Not only this, but in other areas, to end situations, to end the conflict, to end the wrongs, to do the right. So you have a lot of work, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, in the month of July, and you have just started on this journey. So don't get upset, don't get overwhelmed. Stick to your gut instinct, stick to your intuition, stick to your knowledge, stick to your understanding of what is the challenge that I need to walk with. How do I walk with? Ask yourself the questions and the answers will come to you from the universe. With this, I end my video, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. Goodbye. God bless. Love you. Namaste and Khuda Hafiz.